I'll start with the one that you suggested, which is, can you talk about some of the extensions that you have been working on since this paper was published?
Yeah, of course. So so well, actually, it was a part of the original paper, but we just could not fit everything into this one paper. Of course, the family wage gap literature just focused on the it's sort of like a context of the parenthood, meaning that like not just about the what we are using is a sort of like a global status of the parenthood, but parenthood effect might differ by children's ages and also number of children, and then whether the children lives in the same household or not, and whether they are the biological versus step or adoptive children. So those things could matter. And so in the new paper that we are looking at the different kind of contribution of association between gender wage gap and parenthood wage gap by disaggregating the parenthood by different kind of factors. So that's what we've been doing. The bottom line of those findings are, yeah, so again, this is, I have to emphasize that it is a really the descriptive research. We are not following what causes the gender wage gap. We are just simply looking at how much of the gender wage gap exists currently in the cross section of the data. So in that paper, we are looking at, when we are looking at it, the parents of the older children actually shows the much larger gender. They are contributing to the gender wage gap a lot more compared to the parents of the younger children, meaning that probably it is like cumulative over time. And then so what we are seeing is that it may be start with a smaller kind of, it may be triggered by the having the younger children, but it is accumulative over time. And then what we see is the much larger gap by the time the children are older, and among those groups, and we see the much larger gender gap. And of course, the other findings, key findings are, if you have two or more children, and the penalty, their contribution to the gender wage gap is much larger. So that seems to be the pattern.